Donald Trump faces multiple criminal indictments, including charges for election interference and mishandling classified documents. Trump is accused of pressuring federal prosecutors to bring criminal charges against political opponents, raising concerns about the misuse of the justice system. Trump publicly called the files tied to Jeffrey Epstein a hoax, even though portions of the record had already been made public, raising questions about his narrative control. His administration has been criticized for shifting immigration enforcements to target migrants without criminal records, despite earlier promises to focus only on the worst of the worst. Trump has filed a $15 billion defamation lawsuit against others, threatening major media outlets and prompting alarm among press freedom advocates. He has also publicly commented that the No Kings protest is actually a I Hate America rally and has been actively trying to pin half the nation against each other. This is no leader. This is a dangerous man trying to take away everything that makes America great.
Show me your sign. Show it off. Show me one side. Yes. Take your time right there. Let me see that. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? All right, let's go.
Okay.
That's a lot of people. Hold it down. I'm gonna take a picture real quick.
Look at my shirt.
You know, for me,
Hotties for Harris.
I mean, I'm glad I'm not married.
I just learned how to say her name, Kamala.
It's a good sized crowd.
There's probably more in the show.
Yeah.
Look at the frog.
I saw the Prince. Can I see the back of it? I saw. We both did brain.
Thank you. They always look like beans.
Yeah.
Bring it up a little bit. Nice. There you go. Yes.
I like this one. The pink one.
Living in fear or despair.
All right, guys. Well, good luck with the bite later.
Yep.
You want to hold
Can all the mascots come to the front? So that maybe we can get a photo op of our beautiful mascots. We have a football, we have a police.
All right, you guys, who's excited to be here today? This resistance is filled with joy, right? A joyful resistance today. We are out here at Mill Creek Park. We are gathered. We are dressed to the T. We are excited. We've got all of these wonderful flyers and all of these great posters that everybody has put together, and we've got some great messages for you. We're going to be getting started in just a bit. This is the what is it? No Kings 2. That's right. Why? Because we love America. Let me hear you say it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We love America. We love America. We love America. That's right. And not only that, but we are here against fascism, right? And we know that America is not okay. We know that. And that's why we're here united with everyone else to say, we resist. What? We resist. We resist. We resist. We resist. We resist. All right. Yes, yes. So today we gathered in this beautiful park, and we did so, and we're usually over at the Liberty Bell. Oh my goodness, did you see who's here today? Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? We are an inclusive group, Donald, so I guess you can walk with us, right? Okay. Are you hiding your hands? Well, Donald, we all want to hold your hand for sure, but we're going to be walking together, and you need to be nice to walk with us, okay? You got to be nice. I'm going to introduce you guys to Dave. Dave's going to give a little bit about what we're doing, and then those of us that are speaking, we're going to start down here. We're going to go over to that area there with our banners, and we're going to get started on the march. Listen, I know some of us can't march, and that's okay. Wait here and cheer us on when we get back. This march is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes. I want you to take your time. I want you to show your signs. I want you to walk in solidarity, and I want you to know that you are one of millions throughout our nations today. You are one of millions. And not only that, but we have other countries that are standing along with us, right? I want you to give a warm welcome to Dave. Dave? Yes.
So good morning, everyone. My name is Dave Westcott. I am one of your 5051 representatives. There's a handful of us that come up with the ideas for this, but without these groups that you see over here in these canopies, we wouldn't be able to do this. The people that bring out the trailers, that bring out the snacks, that come out on Wednesdays, and we made a bunch of signs. You know, we are out here to gather everybody together and be against the authoritarian regime that we have literally facing us today. And I want to give you guys a personal story. So I'm a private federal contractor, and what a lot of people don't know is that the federal government has not paid the judicial branch since July. And this is, and a little bit of a long story, but this is where I'm going with this. I am part of the American dream. I run my own business, and we are being penalized because I don't work for a socialist job. I don't work for the county. I don't work for the state. I don't work for a big corporation. I don't get subsidized by the county, by the state, or by a large corporation. I have to subsidize my own. I have to rely on myself, my taxes, and everybody out here along with me. And together, that's the problem that we are having right now, is they're trying to take those away. I will get back paid. I know that. But the problem that I'm coming up against, and a bunch of you are also coming up against, is that if they do not continue our ACA subsidies, people will die. The ACA is a great program because if you even have a pre-existing condition, they cannot tell you no. Other companies can. Other places can do that. That's why it exists. They instead, right now, have decided that they're going to take the ACA subsidies to help us out and give it to the rich in the form of tax breaks. And then the narrative that even Mike Johnson will come up and lie to your face on national television, telling us that we are paying health care for illegals. Mike Johnson, there is an emergency Medicare budget that we all know about. And we all know that the undocumented immigrants are taking 0.4% of that budget. I will refuse to listen to anybody who comes up to me and tells me that we don't get health care because 0.4 of an emergency Medicare budget is going to undocumented immigrants. That is by statutory law. When the Republicans joined us in morals and ethics, we came up with a law that said it doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not. If you show up to our emergency units in our hospitals and you need life-saving health care, we will save you because that's who we are. They are not changing that statute and they don't have the right to do that. I challenge all of you from here on out, if you have somebody who's arguing with you that illegals are getting health care, you're telling me you would cut your entire arm off because the last joint in your pinky finger is not working? Get out of here with that. And lastly, there's a famous man in 1775, Patrick Henry, and he said, "Give me liberty or give me death." The modern Patrick Henry would be out here today, "Give me health care or give me death." Well, let's go march.
Vote independent in the 20th to rescue democracy.
Randy Villegas. How we doing, Cook County? Let me hear you say, no kings! No kings! No kings! No kings! No kings! No kings! I'm Dr. Randy Villegas. I'm a professor, an auto repair shop owner, a school board trustee, and I'm running for Congress to kick David Valadao out of office. But let me tell you, before I was any of those things, I was a Paula Elementary School Bulldog, a Greenfield Middle School Eagle, a Golden Valley High School Bulldog, and a proud renegade and roadrunner here in this community. And at times, I wondered where my next meal was going to come from. Because like too many families, my parents worked jobs that pay too damn little to put food on the table. And so as I grew up, I learned to love school, both because I was hungry for knowledge and also because I was hungry for food. And that was one of the places where I knew I would have a warm, fresh meal every single day, thanks to free and reduced lunch programs. That's right. And as I got older, I began to question the world around me. Why is it that my family has to work so many jobs? Why is it that I have to work, right? I grew up working at the swap meet every single weekend on Sunday, getting up at 6 a.m. Later on, I grew up working at my family's auto repair shop, which today I'm an owner of. And I began to question why things are the way that they are here in our community, here in our state, and across the country. And my mom gave me a saying of wisdom as I was growing up, a dicho, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres, which translated to English means, tell me who you're with, and I'll tell you who you are. And the same thing can be said about politics. Tell me who you're taking money from, and I'll tell you who you're actually working for. And we see that in this big bullshit bill that David Valadao voted to pass, right? He voted to cut $880 billion from Medicaid. He voted to cut millions of dollars from SNAP, from WIC, in a district, that's right, in a district where 2 out of every 3 constituents relies on Medicaid, right?
Right.
And the most ironic part about all this is that David Valadao has a government-sponsored healthcare plan. And I think he needs to use that plan to schedule a physical, because he needs to look for that spine that he's been missing these last few years. But let me tell you, it goes beyond these cuts to Medicaid, because let's talk about healthcare as it is right now. 2 out of every 3 bankruptcies in this country are tied to medical debt. Let me say it again. 2 out of every 3 bankruptcies in this country today are tied to medical debt. Every single year, over 66,000 people die because they didn't have health insurance or because they were underinsured. Not because we couldn't treat them, not because we couldn't save them, but because of a system that denied them care. Which is why I am proud to support Medicare for all. Because nobody should be profiting from your suffering. Nobody should be profiting from your pain. And nobody should have to fight cancer and their congressman at the same time. Let's go back to that saying, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres, right? Because so many of the issues that we face are a result of politicians being bought and paid off by these corporations who take this corporate PAC money and then go and do their bidding. It's the same politicians who take money from PG&E and SoCal Edison who tell us they can't do jack shit to lower our utility prices. It's the same politicians who take money from United Health, a corporation that wants to use AI algorithms to deny our families' claims. It's those same politicians who tell us we can't afford healthcare for all. It's the same politicians who take money from pesticide and chemical companies
who then conveniently choose not to show up to vote in Sacramento when those bills affect our communities. And their response, they'll say, we can't afford it. I'll tell you what we can't afford. We can't afford to have politicians selling us out here in the Central Valley. We can't afford to have politicians who are selling us out to corporations instead of providing for our communities. We can't afford to wait while Valadeo and other politicians continue to sell us out and do the bidding of corporations, while working families continue to suffer here in the Central Valley. I want you to raise your hand if you or someone you love relies on Medicaid. Look at all these hands. I want you to raise your hand if you or someone you love has chosen not to go to the doctor or the hospital because you were afraid you couldn't afford it. I want you to raise your hand if you or someone you love drives 7 to 8 hours to Mexico to go get cheaper dental work or cheaper prescription drugs. Look at all these hands. This should not be happening in the richest country in the history of the world. And it's these same politicians who say we can't afford this. The same politicians who take money from weapons manufacturers who want to convince you that your taxpayer dollars are better spent bombing innocent children across the world than educating and healing our children here. It's those same politicians who are bought off and paid for by those corporations who are not serving our communities and who will continue to sell us out at every turn. That is why I am proud to be the only candidate in this race that is not taking any corporate PAC money whatsoever. Because I want to be accountable to our communities, not corporations, not special interests, right? That's right. And they're afraid, right? They will say, we can't spend money on healthcare, we can't spend money on education. That would be socialism. Well, in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, right now we have socialism for the rich and rugged individualism and capitalism for the poor. Call it democracy, call it whatever you want to call it, but there must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country. And that starts with taxing the billionaires who continue to buy off these politicians. That starts with voting for real community change, not just at Congress, but at every single level. And that starts by voting yes on Prop 50 this November. And I'm proud to be standing alongside all of you here, all of you patriots who love our country, who know that it's worth fighting for. They want us to be apathetic. They want us to be cynical. They want us to think that our votes don't matter, which is why they spend billions and billions of dollars every year trying to convince people to engage in these culture wars. They want us to fight each other. I saw a sign here that I think really sums it up. This is not a fight about left versus right. This is a fight about bottom versus top. This is a fight against us versus them. This is a fight against the billionaires and the corporations and their puppet politicians that they buy off every single year. And let me tell you, we together are going to win this fight. And that starts by continuing to get engaged. We don't have to wait until 2028 to deal with this asshole in office. We don't have to wait until 2026. We can vote right now in November. We can continue to organize our communities with mutual aid. We can continue to organize our communities all across the Central Valley.
Let's go, Randy!
So if you want to get involved with our movement, please head over to randy.vote/volunteer. If you're so inclined, you can head over to randy.vote/donate. Again, I'm not taking money from Elon Musk or any of these corporations. I'm powered by people. I'm powered by all of you. I'll close off with one more saying that's often said in English, right? They say it takes a village to raise a child. And I certainly would not be here without my mentors, my parents, my family, so many folks even here in this audience and on this stage. But we know in order to take our democracy back, it's going to take more than a village. And it takes more than a village. It takes a valley. Thank you.